Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning. As always, everyone have an amazing day. Three things I am thankful for: waking up, taking a nap, and going to sleep. Those are three. It's 2 o'clock in the morning right now. So, I didn't really have like a topic that I was going to talk about this morning, but then some things popped in my head, and I was sitting here, and I started having tears about to come out of my eyes. I'm like, oh, those not mine. Those not mine. Access denied. Like, literally, I could feel them bubbling up or popping up, but they never came down. Got stopped it. And it's like, can't do that. And what's basically going on is this, y'all. As kids, I want y'all to understand something. I know a lot of y'all are doing amazing out here, or doing the best you can, and I know you're still striving to do better. But one thing I realized in the moment that I had that moment, it was because there's some old things that was trying to pop up in my head, and I was like, I don't care. I sound like a little kid. I don't care anymore. I don't care. And I'm sitting here like the past couple of days, certain things keep popping in my head. And I'm like, I don't care. But then I got to the point, I was like, hold on. Okay, I know I don't care, but why are these things keep coming to the front of my head? Why? Because you can only say you don't care for so long until that thing keeps coming at you to the point it's like it's banging on the door. Like, let me in. So I opened the door. Okay, I cracked the door. I ain't about to open it all the way up because I don't know these people. So I cracked the door basically, mentally, to see what was going on. And sometimes you have to acknowledge certain things. Even if you don't want to, you have to acknowledge certain things in your life. It's not so much you have to accept it, but you have to understand it. I know that there's going to be some points in your lives that you're going to be like, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about that. A lot of times the thing that you don't want to think about is the thing you need to let go. In order to let it go, you need to allow yourself to have that last conversation. Say, what is it? Why you keep haunting me? That's really what it is. It's like, it feel like somebody haunting you. Now for me, I ain't scared of nothing, but for you, that's what it's going to feel like. It's like, why is it that everywhere I go, this thing keeps following me? This energy keeps following me. This thought keeps following me. This image keeps following me. So you have to address it. Because those are things that letting you know, even though you have let go on one end, you have to accept that you let it go on the other end. So like for me, like, as always, to be honest, and I don't know why I gotta say that, or I say it like that, but it is what it is. For the past couple of days, I've been hearing someone call my name over and over again. And it's people that done things to me, and they screaming for my help, like literally, like screaming for my help. And it's one loud one, and then it's multiple voices all combined, and they all screaming for my help. And it's like, I can't help you. You understand? And that's something you have to realize in your life. Sometimes you just can't help people. It don't matter if it's your friend or if it matters your family. Sometimes you can't help people. And those sometimes could be the people that you cared about the most. Sometimes you just got to allow yourself to realize, like, I done all I can do. You understand? Sometimes you have to realize that, dang, I don't want to lose this friendship, or, for the older ones, I don't want to lose this relationship, or I don't want to walk away from my cousin, or, I don't want to stop talking to this person or whatever. Sometimes that's life, y'all. It's life. Sometimes people just come in for a certain amount of time and then they got to walk on by. It's like, even for myself, And I'm explaining this to as kids, and I need y'all to understand something, because I don't want y'all to think that I don't care. But I'm at this point in my life where I'm tired of fussing. I'm tired of arguing. I am exhausted. Okay? And it goes for kids, even my own. I'm going to say, like, prime example, the other day. I cooked dinner for my kid, my son. Okay? I fried some chicken, had a vegetable, and, you know, and he had fried chicken, some sweet peas, and macaroni and cheese. Something simple. But he's not a big fan of vegetables. So I gave him, he was like, I'm not going to eat it. Oh, child, Lord. And that thing hit me. Because now my nerve is like, you already wrong because how you talking. Okay? But I had to talk to him because I had to understand. And that's the problem we have in the world as adults. Sometimes we look at these kids, and when y'all speak to us certain ways, it's just like, hold up. You better put me brakes now. Those lips about to be bigger or they about to be gone. It's like that old school way. We used to get popped in the mouth. You understand? It is what it is. But I caught myself because my son knows better. But I still have to understand that my son channel energies as well. So I have to be mindful. And this still relates to y'all. So I had to realize that sometimes it's okay to compromise. And not compromise, it's like, that sounds bad when I say that out loud. It's okay to, like, agree to disagree. I had to sit there with him. So he had a little bit of peas on his plate. And I'm talking to him and stuff, and I'm like, hey, you need to eat this so you can become strong and healthy. You have to have these. Now, he'll eat green beans, but sweet peas is not his favorite. So I was like, okay, I get it. I was like that as a kid. I might like one vegetable over another, but sometimes you have to try something new. And even when you don't like it, sometimes the things you don't like is the things that's best for you. But sometimes I don't know what it is about vegetables, but it's like that tradition. People made it look like it was a bad thing, so kids automatically think it's a bad thing. It's literally like that. Because when people see the green vegetables, they like, ugh, it's because it's the color green. That's really what it is. It's the color of it that make you grossed out. You think about grass, you think about some other things. You think about when you look at the color green, a lot of times things that's green looks like nasty. But then also, you know that's healthy. And what we do when we see something healthy, we equate it to it has to be nasty. It doesn't have to be nasty. Because everybody cook things differently. Maybe one person can cook something one way and it's nasty. Another person cook another way. You be like, oh, that's actually good. Don't knock it till you try it. But anyway, I compromised. I said, look, this is what I'm going to do. As long as you get a spoonful in your mouth, we're good with that. Now, I could have yelled and screamed and demanded him to eat the whole thing. That's the old school way. But I'm in that point now where it's like, this is your life. If I got to sit here and yell and scream with you all day, at the end of the day, I'm going to do everything as a parent to teach you the right way. Right? I'm going to do everything to teach you the right way. But when it gets to the point where you feel like you know something and you know more than me, then I'm going to let you see it for yourself. I don't care what age you are. It's literally like that. Because you have to remember, kids, y'all have spirits inside of y'all. And those spirits know what they're doing. But you have to be stronger than the spirit inside of you to be able to stand up and say, no, I need this. Yeah, I don't like the taste of it. I got to figure out how to overcome it. It's no different than crawling, no different than walking, no different than it's crazy. It's like when y'all go to school, right? Y'all be like, I don't know how to do something. Then guess what? You graduate, go to the next grade. I don't know how to do something. We hear the same conversation for 12 years. I can't do it for 12 years. Well, you graduated. You understand? So, back to it. So, for my son, I told him, take a spoonful, then you can go. So, I told him, I said, okay, Maybe you don't like this right now. We'll go back to the green beans, but I said this was going to happen. If you don't eat this vegetable, then the vegetable you do like, I'm going to have to double up on you. Just to make sure that you get what you need inside of you. And sometimes it's okay to do that. You understand? So kids, what I'm basically saying is this. Y'all not dumb at all. Y'all are very intelligent. Y'all can play that role all you want. I don't care if you a toddler all the way up. Y'all are intelligent. And y'all know what y'all doing. And a lot of times y'all just want to do what you want to do. And I get it, man. I was a child too. And when your parents tell you, look, I know it. I've been in your shoes. You ain't been in my shoes. They mean it. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Some of those shoes stink. I don't know if you want to put your feet in them. I'm not saying that. I'm going to tell you right now, I had those days, man. My shoes, you like, It was a struggle. We're going to throw those away. But what I'm trying to say is, it's like, if your parents telling you to do something, right? I know at the moment you might feel like you're wasting your time. Parents just don't understand. And technology and life change. But there are some things that do remain the same. Like your vegetables, your eating habits and stuff. That's the same. You know. Make sure you do what you need to do to keep your body strong. Because, you know, with the temperature change, the weather change, and all of this other stuff, people have germs and everything. If your body is not getting the nutrients that it needs, it cannot survive the way it should. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You understand? And the main thing is, you know, get your discipline now. Yes, discipline is a mandatory around the world. Everyone need to be disciplined. Does that mean that you need to be like in some boot camp mindset? No. But discipline is rules. The basic rules that we all need to survive. Those rules are the rules that help us to guide us down those paths. You know? Those are the rules. Those are things that help keep you safer. Even if you don't believe in yourself or, you know, in me. You need something, a structure. That's your foundation. And the thing about it is, kids, and even as parents, man, we tired on both ends. As a child, man, I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. As a child, I'm talking to you as a child mindset. I'm tired. I'm tired because adults live like, all right, so basically this is what's going on, y'all. I tell you, I could tap into any energy I want to. So I'm going to speak from a child perspective. Okay? So kids, I'm going to let you know that I understand you. And I know that a lot of things are changing. And it's going to still take some time. Okay? But I'm going to still talk. As a child, I'm sick and tired. I'm tired. Because the weight of the world is already on my shoulder. And I'm still learning how to understand the shoulders I have. And what I'm trying to say is this. I have so much energy and so much imagination and so much drive inside of me that I don't even want to move. Because I see the world so crazy sometimes where everybody want to stop you for trying to live. And I'm tired. Parents, I'm tired. Every day I gotta get up to go to a school, go somewhere where I gotta hear everybody else's issues and complain. Hold on a second, y'all. Commercial in the back. I have to hear everybody complaining. And you know what? 9 times out of 10 the people that's complaining is the teachers. They complain more than we do. And then I'm supposed to be told to grow up to be just like them or even better. But every time I turn around, man, I'm tired of y'all fussing. Y'all arguing. It's like, do this, do that. But the stuff don't make sense of what you're doing. So as a child, it's like I'm tired because I'm tired of trying to show that I understand more than you realize. And sometimes I'm going to make some dumb mistakes, some dumb decisions, but trust me in my process. But at the same time, listen to me so you can understand why I be feeling like doing some dumb tail stuff. I ain't trying to sit here and yell back at y'all just to yell. Sometimes I don't even know what the heck is going on with me. I don't even know what's going on the inside. Sometimes I just yell because it just yell. Sometimes I sit back and get quiet because I get quiet. Sometimes I don't even know. I'm blank. My mind is froze. I don't even know. So you come and ask me 1,000 questions. Sometimes I really don't know. All I can say is I'm good. Shucks, I don't know what other emotion to say because we don't know what's going on up in here. But I'm trying. Got so much going on around me. And I'm just trying to live my best life, but I don't even know what that's supposed to be. I'm questioning my life. I'm questioning everything. Scared to be an adult, but ready to be one. Because it got to be better than being a child. Because at the end of the day, parents, like, y'all act just as childish as we do, and it makes no sense. Every time I get up, y'all tell me to do something, but then look at y'all over there fussing and arguing, or you sitting back, ain't saying nothing, or the way you talk to your friends and all of that, but y'all telling me to sit back and act like I got some sense. You need to learn something. You need to do something with yourself. How can I do it when everything keeps stopping me when I'm trying to go? The only thing I can do is sit in my room all day, because that's the only safe place I can be at. Can't even go to school out. Somebody up there got to be scared if somebody going to do something to me or not. Can't go to church because you never know. Can't go to the movies because you never know. Can't go to the grocery store because you never know. Like, I'm in a war zone every single day, but you telling me get up and do something. Get up and be something. Shucks. Where can I be at that's going to be safe? Where's going to be the safe place for me? Where is that at? Sit back and see all these people, all this money, but every time I turn around, all they do is arguing and fussing. I already do that for free. So, it's like, if y'all gonna sit back and act like y'all don't understand, I'm gonna pretend like I don't understand, because that's the best way forward. It's like, parents, like, I love y'all, but I really don't know what love is. What is love? Because if this is love, then why everybody miserable? And I know there's people that's happier now. But it's like, how can I understand it when I got to go through all of these things? So all I'm saying is just bear with me through this process, because I'm on a journey that I don't even understand, in a world that don't understand me. And yeah, that might sound like an excuse, and it's like, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You just a baby. Yeah, I might be to you, but there's more in me. So maybe we need to get to a point that we can try to understand each other. Understand, like, yeah, I'm a child, but I know some things that I don't even know why I know these things. And I know a little bit more than you think, but it's like, because I'm a child, you feel like you don't know nothing, but I know a lot more. And I just want to be able to be vulnerable enough to state these things without being looked at like I'm being a smart, trying to be super smart. How can I say it? Like a know-it-all. or trying to be funny. So parents, man, like, can we come to a point where y'all can acknowledge that some of us, not all, but some of us, really know more than what we can see? I may not understand all my grades. I may not understand this stuff in the books all the time. Excuse me. I may not understand certain things, but it's a lot of things going on that I do see and understand that I can't even tell you how I understand. But it's time for me to stop being afraid and state it. And it's time for you to stop looking at me as just that little kid that don't know nothing. So, if you can trust me to sit back and we can talk, can we do that? Okay. So, I know that was weird, kind of how I said it. Kind of was channeling energies all at the same, a mixture of different energies at the same time. So what I'm trying to say is this, y'all. We are in a new day and age, and our kids have knowledge of things that they may not understand how they have knowledge of things. So it's like this. Back in the day, like your great grandparents or whatever, that age range and stuff, they saw life differently. So what was said was you had to do. Got it, understand. And we still have some moments now. But we have to start allowing ourselves to channel into our kids a little bit more and understand their thought process. Because remember how the other day I said that when it comes to like my education of like numbers and words, I have moments. Now, don't get me wrong, I can count and stuff like that, but there's moments when my brain literally goes, huh? And then out of nowhere, I can think of, like, something could come to me that could be the most crazy, out of the world thought. And I'm not the only one. A lot of y'all kids are like that. A lot of y'all kids have, and this still ties to the food thing, so give me a minute. A lot of y'all kids have more knowledge on things that's outside of the home than inside the home. So those basic skills, the basic disciplinary stuff, they understand, but they think differently. And we have to bridge the gap so we can understand that. And what I mean is, they question questions on top of questions. And the reason why they question questions on top of questions, some, don't get me wrong, just being smart tail, but a lot of them is because their brain is expanding and they see things differently. They understand things differently. See, we didn't ask questions. We just accept life for what it is, and we wonder why the world stayed in a slavery mindset. These kids are breaking out of it. And that's why a lot of these kids went through mental issues, because they're breaking out of the matrix mindset at a younger age. A lot of y'all in y'all 30s, 40s and stuff is still trying to break out of it. Now, if y'all been listening to my messages, y'all getting a little bit closer out. But these kids breaking out of it at a young age. That's why if y'all look at them, y'all like, God, dog, why y'all act like y'all grown? Because their brain's on a different level, a different frequency. They see things differently. But they still kids, though. We just have to realize our kids are super advanced. But they still a kid mindset. So back to when we was kids and how we used to discover things, like go outside, be in the dirt, be in the woods, this and that. They're like that. But they are in a spiritual process. There's different. We was more in the nature, in the outside world. They're in the inside world. And that's why sometimes a lot of them don't want to go outside. They don't want to do things. They don't want to eat certain things. Because their spirit is telling them certain things. It's giving them downloads. See, when these people created this technology stuff, it was supposed to block their spiritual world so people can control them. Well, people don't realize they actually help enhance these kids a lot faster, because by me coming out, I broke the glare curse, that thing, that the facade that a lot of y'all parents was receiving. I broke that. Now y'all gonna see different things with these kids. Now the stuff that they was watching in these video games or they watch on TV and all of that, they're gonna see things a lot different. And I don't want y'all to break their spirits in the process. Okay? I need y'all to trust me on this. And trust that they understand life a lot more than you think. And some of y'all kids are like a little bit more intelligent than you are. Yeah, y'all could have the degrees, and yeah, y'all could have been in the old school way. But they see the present and the future a lot different. But that's where y'all come in and have to understand that, but also still explain. So, prime example, back to both me and my son. Yeah, he didn't eat all his peas, but he ate some, right? By me doing that, I didn't break his spirit. I still acknowledge that I understand his feelings. I understand his concerns. I understand his thought process. And then he understand mine when I say, okay, we're going to have to do more later on something else. We have to get to that point. We have to trust that if our kids are saying something, let's just try it out for a little while. Okay? Because if not, these kids are becoming rebellious. And that's why they go either hanging out. But what's so crazy, a lot of these kids not even hanging out like that anymore. They're staying to themselves. Do you know it's more kids that stay to themselves than go hang out with others? They're not like us. See, we was a type, well, not me, because I didn't do it, so I'm not going to throw myself in it. But y'all, the older kids, like the parents, y'all was a type that when life hit y'all went outside. Y'all snuck outside the house. They don't do that like that anymore. They stay in the house, and they shut down, and they just zoom in. Okay? And we have to bridge the gap to that. We have to acknowledge that. And that goes still back to when I was saying before, those thoughts that keep coming in. See, as our kids, they having a lot of thoughts coming in because they seeing life differently. And now we have to adjust the world to their thoughts because they're the future. Unfortunately, y'all, our time is up when it comes to our way of thinking. We can hold on to the foundation because that foundation is what keeps them, with a solid ground underneath them. But it's time to take the things that we learn and we need to advance it. It's time to advance those thoughts. And when I say our time is up, not saying that as a civilization that, the older head, I'm going to call you I'm going to call you, speak my language, the older heads, y'all can't do nothing. Nah. It's time to start putting your input into things of how will you look at life futuristic ways. How can you take your old, it's like a time capsule. Because your spirit going to come back. Even though the time capsule is not going to go in the ground, it's going into these kids. What do you feel like that you can take from the old school ways, right? And bring it to the future and put a twist to it. So like, for example, y'all see I got my afro, right? How can we take something like that and bring it to the future with a twist to it? How can we keep doing those things? And I'm not saying that we can't have this, but it's like, how can we incorporate all of these things together? How can we incorporate our thought process? So, for example, the TV shows that have been popping up lately, like the old school TV shows, right? I think I did like Double Dare, and I think Clarissa Explains It All was the other ones I put the other day. How can we take something like that had emotions, that had family, that had real energy, and all of that, and bring it to the forefront where we can still have those types of things, but also create it in a way where the kids can understand it in their language? How can we do that? Now, I'm going to say it like this. You know what? Let's not debunk that. Debunk that. This is how we can do it. We have to bridge this gap. We have to bridge this gap. Bump what I just said on that. We're going to just take that and still bring it forward. We need to incorporate these things together. That's what we need to do. We need to incorporate where it's like, we don't need to keep just forcing our old school ways on kids. We need to understand their ways. So that's what it is, okay? That's what it is. We need to incorporate. So how can y'all as parents allow yourself to open your mind, your spirit world up, and allow them in? And how can we incorporate our way of learning and let them be outside? It's like that. How can we come together and do that? Because it's more than time. It's more than time. But and don't get me wrong, y'all. I know a lot of this stuff is already happening. Okay, I know, but I have to speak this stuff out. If I don't, how can I say it? Technically, my thoughts are future. Even though technically it's the present time at the same time, if that makes sense. So, alright, so let me explain like this, kids. In my world that I'm in now, my dimension I'm in now, these things are happening. But this is not happening in all the dimensions, okay? Okay, it is. Oh, well, never mind. I don't know what's going on the outside. I guess everybody finally got together. Well, never mind. Bump everything I said. Shucks, it is what it is. I might not even post this. I don't know. I might still post this, might not. See, this is what's going on, y'all. I really don't know what's going on the outside like that. But I'm believing that everything is going the way it's supposed to. I still post these messages because just in case, whenever the energy goes out, or just in case you get to the point that you just want to give up, you have something to still come to. And I know what it feels like to be, how can I say, I know what it feels like to have great days, good days, and then out of nowhere, life hits, and then before you know it, you're moving backwards. Because it's like, I knew that this was going to happen. I knew I couldn't be happy for long. Matter of fact, I'm just go back to my old ways. And the thing about it is, I guess what I'm trying, ain't no guess, what I'm doing is, I continue doing videos because for the ones that feel like life gets like that sometimes, I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to give up on yourselves. I don't want you to give up on your kids. And I don't want y'all to sit back and keep thinking that these kids don't understand. They understand a lot more than you think. And I want them to be comfortable in expressing the things that they may not understand. And as parents, I want y'all to feel comfortable to accept that times are changing. But it's okay to still have those emotions and feelings and still bring some of you into this future. Your kids are the time capsules. That's really what it boils down to. Your kids are the time capsules. And kids, it's okay to Accept the good things that your parents talk to you about. It's okay to accept the things that when they tell y'all don't do something and don't do this, don't do that, take it in. Those memories. If you don't allow yourself to get to understand your family, then don't get mad when you get lost in time. Because guess what? The same way you feel like parents don't understand you, eventually one day you might have kids. When you get grown and get married and then have kids. And your kid's going to say the same thing that you're saying right now. The same thing that your parents said and their parents said and their parents said and their parents said. It's back to that school thing. Each year, I can't do this. Yes, y'all can. Don't be afraid to listen to your parents when they sit down and have those conversations about those stories. Baby, I know what it feel like to want to be out here and just be in love with some guy, and they do this and do that. Listen to them. Baby, I know what it feel like to go out here, want to be all in the streets, and this and that happen to it. Listen to them. Baby, I know what it feel like when you want to sit back and you want to fight somebody, and then they your friends and stuff. Listen to them. I know what it feel like when you want to just be there for someone, but at the same time, they ain't who you thought they was. Listen to them. I know that's your family member, that's your auntie or whatever, but at the end of the day, your auntie ain't got it right. They ain't, they ain't in their right mind right now. And I know you love them, but you need to pull away for a little bit. Listen to them. There's a lot of things that the parents tell y'all you don't understand. We do. We do. And there's a lot of things that you do understand and we don't. We don't. So when they have those conversations and they tell you eat your peas, when they have those conversations saying clean up your room, when they have those conversations saying don't go hang out with those people, when they having that conversation is save your body, it ain't worth it. When they out here having those conversations as do your schoolwork because you need a better education, listen to them. And those are the conversations where you need to ask the questions. Why? Why? Why this? Why that? Why? So parents, when they get to that point and they keep asking you the different questions over and over again, it's time to have the answers. So they can understand that if they do go against what you're saying, they can always go in the time capsule and remember the questions to the why. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.